Hey, Coach Hull here. Listen, as your computer coach, I do want to point out some really great features to Google Drive. Specifically, Google Drive used in the classroom. Whether you're a student or a teacher, there are many powerful things that you can do with Google Drive. So you see I am logged into Google. You need to have a Google account in order to do these things. So I'm logged in, I see my name there, and I see a lot of other really good options for Google tools, apps, but let's just look at Drive today. So when I click on Drive up there, I go to my Drive. It is, like a hard drive or a flash drive. It's got folders and documents. You see PDFs and regular documents, some spreadsheets that are green. But let's look at one folder in particular. So I've set up one folder for all 7th graders. And I set it up so that they can see everything inside of here, the class of 2019 student access. You can set that up under share and add email addresses of people you want to share and allow them to view or even edit anything that goes inside of there. So the students are set up to view and all the teachers are set up to edit. So let's go inside. This folder has more folders and videos and documents and spreadsheets. So these folders are ones that the teachers would then keep organized and the students would have access to, depending on what teacher they are. They can find classroom activities and everything here. So let's go inside my classroom. Hull Social Studies, again, class of 2019. So I've got a lot of different documents here, like a really basic one that we might use for a while, student login, and you can see Mr. Tisdale had modified it recently because we share that document across several different locations. And that's easy to do with Google Drive, so one document can rest many places. But a recent agenda, which would be a lesson from class, was on ancient Sumer in Mesopotamia. So what I've done with my agendas is make one every day, and I have some links that try to make it pretty quick and easy to get around. Like if you wanted to read Hammurabi's Code, I've got a link for it. It's also in the Google Drive where students could search for it and find a full copy of Hammurabi's Code, which we were using in class. So let's take a look at this link, which is a link to another Google Doc. In the Drive, I have left my students a copy of this. How do you analyze something? Document we might use quite a bit. I want to use this paper for my assignment. So I need to make a copy of it if I'm a student. A student would make a copy like this, and we are asking that all students make the copy and rename the document by putting their name first, last name, first name. So I asked Anish if I could use him as an example, and he agreed. So this is going to be Anish. And what is the assignment about? This is Hammurabi's Code analysis. And it would be important to have first name, last name, and then also the part about what the assignment actually is. So now this is, in fact, the assignment. A copy's been made, and immediately I could just go ahead and share it with the teacher. If I'm Anish, let's actually share it with Anish. So you can see, let's pretend, actually I can even make him the owner of this document. And that's another handy little feature. So I'm actually having Anish own this document. And let's pretend that he shared it with me. And I just pretend to do that. And now I'm the teacher who has the power to edit this document. So Anish could be on here during class, at home, doing homework or whatever. And he could say, these laws are harsh. And maybe Anish wants to change the title for Hammurabi's code analysis. I misspelled Hammurabi's code. You can just control-click that and it will fix the spelling for you. So that's my analysis. You can see Anish actually popped into this document. So while Anish is pretending to work on it and I'm pretending to grade it as a teacher, that is a great way to collaborate. And you can do this really, really quickly, very much on the fly. And so at some point, you may have a whole bunch of these documents. As you go back to your drive, all of your students have turned in all kinds of different documents. And so one way to find all the work that Anish has done is by just searching his name. So what that did was it brought up in order of how recent they were. Of course, you can search different ways. I can pull up all of Anish's work, including this most recent one. I can see when the last time it was that he or I had worked on it. And this is great in a parent conference, or this is just great when a kid comes up to you and asks for help. You can just quickly type in their name and pull up everything they've been working on and just sort of see where they're at. And that's one of the most powerful things about it. So again, if I go back to my drive, which is a good way to kind of get unwrapped from the confusion, you're in so many different folders and layers, you can always just come back and click on my drive. You can also click on starred items, and you can see that I've got just a few items I want a quick link to under starred. So you can add and take away these stars. It's just something kind of quick. You can see recent documents for what I've been into and editing recently. You can see all the documents that are shared with me. Now that is a really huge, long list that will go on forever and ever, which kind of reminds you that what you really want to do is when you want to find documents that are things that are shared with you, you want them searched. You want to search them. Now that I can see Anish has made an edit to this, I can see how he's doing with his Hammurabi's code analysis and just kind of see if he needs any help. So that'll be about it for this quick little demo. Now, time out for a second. Anish popped up a comment. While people are working on a document together, kids, teachers, whoever, there's a feature called commenting, and there's also a little chat room feature too, where it can pop up on the side and you don't actually disrupt the main document. And it'll work on multiple different devices. All of this is really great cross-platform. So we'll get this one taken care of and continue to view Anish's work. But I'm done with that. I'll X out of that search. I'll get back to my drive and I'll just look here and think that students can get all kinds of access to their lessons, to supporting documents. This is really a great 21st century technology tool. It's really fast. It works on many different platforms. Pretty much every device that a kid is going to have nowadays is where they could get into, say, my class. They could view my agendas. They could open up a video of me explaining something. You've heard of flipped classroom. Well, this is a really great way for a classroom to flip because these little videos and agendas are so easily accessible from pretty much any device that a kid is going to have access to these days. So with the power of the Google Drive, we just see a great deal of possibilities. And maybe you've got some comments, you're another teacher, you're a student, you have suggestions for how you'd like to see more or different ways, definitely leave the comments below. I'll take a look at them, and in the meantime, I just thank you for coming to take this quick tour of how we are using Google Drive in the classroom here with our 7th graders.